for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did we get some more forms there? Okay, thank you. If there's anybody from the public that wants to make a comment to the board, they will need to go over to the table, read the script, and then fill out the form to make a public comment. At the end, we will reserve about 30 minutes for public comment, but you will only get 3 minutes to speak on your topic. The board will not respond unless the chair allows it. Okay. First up, we have discussion to be held by the board and a motion made and seconded to approve the minutes from September 23, 25 as read.
So moved.
Second.
Well, needless to say,
Your pens?
who would have guessed? Oh, wow, we got a bunch of them over there. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. New hires to the board. Anybody looking for a job? How about you, guy? No job for you? Okay. Okay, recognition of Chris Gardner, Financial Coordinator, Community Service, for her dedication and service and retirement. Recognition of Chris Gardner, Financial Service, Community Service, for her dedication, service, and retirement. No action is needed. We just need to appreciate and honor Chris on her next steps in life. And Suzanne's going to tell us all the things that she did for us.
Oh, my goodness. So,
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe she
Start
can remember.
back way back there.
yeah, right. 31 years ago, 31 years and 4 months ago, actually, Chris started working for Potawatomi County under the auspices of the mental health department at the time. She was the first financial person when we took over the finances, and has had all kinds of titles, including, I don't know, office manager, financial coordinator. So she's done all of our secretary. Yeah. So Chris wouldn't be retiring if we didn't have to close down the region, but she is eligible to retire, and she's hopefully going to find fun and excitement in retirement now. So, but she's
You
been
won't have to get up early.
I know, I can sleep in. But yeah, she's been my partner for 31 years, so it's a
When's your date you're retiring? Today?
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of changes, right?
You've seen all the changes that I've
And they've
seen.
all been good, right?
We've all, we've been through it all. We've been through it all together, so.
One thing about retirement, you soon forget what day it is.
Yeah.
I guarantee that.
Yep,
You're looking forward to that, aren't
I am. Yep, I sure am.
you?
Hey, Chris, thank you so much for your time and service and keeping Suzanne in line. I really appreciate that very much.
Thank you for your
Yep.
work. Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Gosh.
For
Chris, come on up.
your time.
Can you believe it's been 31 years?
Suzanne, come on up with her, please.
So how many lives have you touched in 31 years? Yeah, that is hard to know.
Chris, thank you for your service. And we want to give you that as your going away present.
Oh, thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Appreciate
Can
it.
we,
Chris? Thank you. Thanks for all the work you do for us.
Thank you. You're a difference maker. Don't forget it.
Thanks, kiddo.
Are you leaving her in good hands?
just thank you.
Yep.
Just thank
You're
the
welcome.
state. Thank the state. Elsie, what does it do? They win?
No, not one thing.
They did?
Thank you.
Are you leaving already?
Thank you.
I don't need to say that.
Good. Becky Linehan, Tax and Finance Officer, Auditor's Office, discussion and/or decision to approve the publication of the county's annual fiscal report for fiscal year ending June 2025.
Good morning. I think I had Jeanette put a copy of this in your packet. This is what will be published in the paper for our annual financial report, fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025.
Second.
Discussion,
That's what we gotta do.
hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes.
Thanks, Becky.
Becky Linehan, Tax and Finance Officer, Auditor's Office, discussion and/or decision to approve and authorize the board to sign Resolution 59, 2025 for transfer from Industrial Park Fund to Impact Fund.
This is from the TIF collections, tax collections from the Industrial Park Fund, and we're transferring it to the Impact Fund in repayment for the state auditor.
When we did that, Becky, don't we repay is this money coming to the county?
Yes, it's going into the Impact Fund.
Okay,
Where it came out of, yeah.
okay, we're not paying the developer or anything.
No.
This is ours.
Nope, and the state auditor's given me a amortization schedule to pay back each year until our funds are paid, and then we will pay the developer.
Is there any LMI money that came out of this or? Don't we have an LMI commitment on this?
I would have to check on that.
Can you send us those schedules that the auditor gave you?
The repayment schedule?
Yes.
Sure.
Sure, please. Thank you.
Will you check on that LMI?
I
thing
will.
for me, Becky? Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Make a motion to approve.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Karen Bell,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Shea,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Okay, next up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
a lot, Becky.
Thanks, Becky. Yeah, I'm gonna stop over, Becky, I need to show you something. Doug Reed, Emergency Management Agency. Well, that's all we need is another emergency, Doug. Discussion and/or decision on 2024 disaster recovery projects.
So I believe everybody saw that request from the state to do a resolution
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
You don't need to do that resolution today. Why not, after speaking with Scott, I'd come over and explain it real quick on what is actually going on with that. Excuse me. So there were some internal discussions going on at State Homeland Security Emergency Management, more on the administrative side of the process towards the end of recovery, a scenario with drainage and levee districts, like, okay, what if somebody did something wrong, something was overpaid, how do we process FEMA's, recovery requests, that kind of stuff. And what they figured out was that no levee or drainage district is established the same, go figure, like many things in this state. So the organizational makeup, right, we have levee and drainage districts that are where the trustees are the Board of Supervisors in some scenarios, much like here, you guys have Nobles Lake, and what's the other one? The
CNR.
CNR. I don't know why I keep wanting to say CNG, but CNR. The other scenarios are just like it's established in code. They're independently elected board of trustees that run that district. So you have those. Where it comes into the financial tracking stuff is we have some that are run by an independently elected board of trustees that have received their own federal UEI number to deal with federal funds. That is basically just the replacement number for what we're all familiar with, the old Duns and Bradstreet number, when you do grants and things like that. That's all the UEI number is. There are very few that have actually done that from what I understand, but can't give you any numbers on it. The other scenarios where you have independent elected board of trustees running a district that use the county's UEI number because all the funding goes through the drainage clerk at the auditor's office, and that's how things are processed, right? So that is the most predominant way that it's done in the state. It's a way we've done it here, even under the old Duns and Bradstreet number, and it's never been an issue. And then, of course, the other way with the board actually being, it doesn't matter if it's the county's UEI number or not, because it's a direct relationship. What their concern is how do they do any required cost recovery under the grant program if there's an overpayment or estimates are off, those kind of things, but a district is using the county's UEI number. So what they thought would be a good solution is have all the board of supervisors adopt a resolution that basically said, and the part I didn't like is that you accept all financial responsibility, which even frankly, to be honest, and I told the state this, if we had to do it and we had to do it today, I'd go against the grain and probably recommend that you don't until we get an honest to God definition of what responsibility is, what you're exactly responsible for, instead of it just a general term, and that the county attorney's office was okay with it. So in discussion the last couple of days, Friday and then quite a bit yesterday, there's no rush on it. They see it from a different perspective now and say, yeah, that's probably not right. So they're looking at what the best way to do it is. And they were anticipating potentially a processing problem in using the county's UEI number with FEMA. But that really hasn't been aired out by FEMA. I think they were just kind of game playing some scenarios and that came up. And the resolution that they actually, in my opinion, that they provided was actually between, I think it was Des Moines County Board of Supervisors and Des Moines County Secondary Roads.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you even need to do that? Because you're already financially responsible for secondary roads. It's a one-to-one relationship. They're supervisor's department, right? So it didn't even make sense that was the example. I think they just grabbed some low-hanging fruit. There wasn't a whole lot of discussion from a local perspective, maybe. Outside of, I think there were maybe a couple levy or drainage district trustees that were kind of in this little meeting that they had or something. So I think they just tried to take a what if and apply it straight across the board that just doesn't fit straight across the board. So we're kind of looking at what needs to be done, if anything, on that front. So there's no action needed now. There might be down the road. We'll see. The 100% fix is to just have all the drainage districts apply for their own UEI number, and then there's never any question. But we may be able to apply state statute. Maybe it's something just like a memorandum for record that, hey, we do process the funds and this and that. So if cost recovery comes up, we'll honor that and work with the drainage district, to make that happen. But in no way would it be responsible to assume full financial responsibility for a drainage district. Unless, of course, it was one of yours, like the Coulthard, or not the Coulthard, but Nobles and
Really
CNR.
surprises me. They all operate different.
It doesn't surprise me. Right, I mean, let's,
I mean, should.
99 counties, 99 different boards, a bazillion different drainage districts,
We should have some
150
guidance on
bazillion
it,
townships.
From the state.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I think this was maybe their attempt. It's no different than us, right? Our fund is independent of the county funds as the EM commission, but we filed for our own UEI number because that's what they advised us to do. They're like, you should probably do that. So it's clean and those kind of things. Why that never got passed down to that subunit of government in the state, I don't know. Maybe it was and they didn't take any action. I have no idea, but.
Some of these drainage districts go across county lines
Mhm.
and that gets really confusing. And then
So that
money.
scenario I could see, right? So if let's say this board and the Harrison board
Mhm.
or the trustees of a joint district. For example, there should be some type of an agreement between this board and that board of who's gonna be the financial, right? So if there's an agreement in that joint district and we're the financial seat, the fiscal, pass through or whatever you wanna call it, then we would use our county's UEI number and it wouldn't be a problem. That would make sense, right? But this just, hey, board, sign this piece of paper, no questions asked, with your name on it that says you're gonna assume all fiscal. That's a little too broad of a term, and I think would put some liability on the
Then
county
we go
itself,
On the
so.
street and a whole nother drainage district, and we have nothing to do with it.
Mhm. Yep.
I just never understood that.
Yeah,
The other ones, we gotta be so precise.
it's always interesting.
Yeah.
It's always interesting when we have events and it involves, right, but it's
Okay, so the confusion.
it's equally interesting. It's equally interesting with regional waters, rural electrics and all kinds of things too, so.
Doug, I appreciate you taking it. I'm always impressed with your to ask questions.
Well, I appreciate it, but yeah, it was just a little too risky to blindly say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay.
Thank you.
I didn't like that one. We have all of those drainage districts that have elected representatives and they have the ability to levy. Just so happens that one of them is currently in a lawsuit as well.
Mhm.
To put that responsibility on this county for another elected board, I don't think is anywhere
Yeah.
close to what I want to do, so.
Well, it was better than my recommendation. Because I just emailed him back. I said, well, Tim would be happy to underwrite the whole thing.
Oh, you did, that's probably.
Well, I was gonna talk to you first, but I just didn't have time.
Well, it's not only drainage, it's levees just as well as
Yep.
drainage, so they're one and the same. And there's a, code in the Iowa code, which is really a little bit archaic. It needs to be, updated to the 2025. This would be my recommendation, but, we have, cooperative, trustees down between us and, Mills County and, on the H and P and M and P, and so.
Yeah, we've still got that lingering study out there, from the 19 events and those kind of things that are looking at, the management structure of drainage and levee districts and, how to connect the system so it's sensible and find a better funding path. And, it's just set up. The current system is set up on an era that has bypassed us by decades and decades, right? And you get up in like the northwest part of our county where we've done a lot of property acquisitions over different disasters. And improvements that need to be made on levees aren't cheap, no matter how you do it. But to even try and get into, the federal standards, so there's more access to emergency assistance immediately is so cost prohibitive in regions like that have very few actual property owners up in that district now, it would be impossible to finance. I mean, the tax for that district on property and land values would be just horrendous when you only have
50% of the people.
you got a dozen people up there.
The federal government owns a huge chunk of it.
Yeah.
They don't pay.
Yep, there's all kinds of things, and all kinds of infrastructure and property that gets protected in these that do have different entities that don't pay into the system.
Right.
Which I believe is why, we've got one of those districts in a lawsuit right now.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, you even have, those, drainage and levee districts within the, confines or city limits of Council Bluffs. I mean, you get
Mhm.
your tax statement if you're in
Yep.
the Indian Creek district, or the levee district of whatever, down there off Veterans Memorial Highway and such, so.
yeah,
Takes a lot of money,
we're in one of those, so.
yeah, takes a lot of money. But I appreciate you giving us an update, and then you'll come back when the resolution, if there is one that needs to be done.
Yeah, they were gonna talk about it more internally, up at the state, and then, if they felt, probably work with their federal counterparts to see if it's even an issue, right? I think we've kind of reverted back on this topic to, let's take a breath and let's ask, the question that we always need to ask, what problem are we trying to fix? Is it an issue? Is it a problem? We've got a solution, but what are we actually trying to solve here?
Yeah.
Because it's never been an issue in any of the disasters I've been involved with when it comes to levee and drainage districts and stuff like that. But I think typically because they haven't had one, and really they only deal with federal funds, when we have disaster recovery, that it's kind of always just been through the county's DNB number, UEI number, because that's where all the funding is, dealt with. So
Yeah, I
in and out
was
wise.
amazed when I received that and they said, well, we gotta have this back right away. And I said, ain't no way. As a board member, I'm gonna carte blanche, let you guys.
No, I've never liked any scenario where you're responsible for the funding, but you have no say in what's actually happening with the program or the operation. It's just not a good situation.
Des Moines might have that power, but I don't think Pot County.
So,
Okay, thank you, Doug.
all right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
See you, Doug.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, discussion and or decision, approve and authorize the board chair to sign the geothermal IRA funding filing.
So moved.
No second that one.
Discussion?
This was from the construction of the road operations center. And we had that independent firm come in to validate what rebate we were, energy rebate.
Strike, maybe we'll get our money. See how that works out. Any other, discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Discussion and or decision on appointments to the Veterans Affairs Commission. Who's sitting on that? Who's
I
sitting-
am,
Okay.
Jeff is,
Okay.
and you got the apps and stuff. There's a meeting next Monday,
Next Monday, for what?
VA,
Yeah,
but anybody's been appointed at this moment.
Well, we had, two of our current, members have applied, Ms.
Right.
Holly Collins and Mr. Dan Kinney.
Right,
They fulfill the requirements of the times of service depending on what, era or war period they served in. They both indicated their interest to, continue. And, they will continue until a replacement's made or we reappoint them. That's just how it works. I don't see any reason we wouldn't reappoint.
I agree with that, Tim.
So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to appoint Dan Kinney and Holly Collins back to the
I'll second.
BSO Commission for, I think it's a period of 4 years, or 3 years, one of the two.
is it, I'm just asking from procedural standpoint, is it normally brought through the commission to us? And the commission never talked about this at their last meeting?
They didn't have all the apps in.
Okay. So what was the discussion?
Well, I spoke with Peggy and she indicated that they both wanted to continue on the board.
Oh, okay.
Our requirement under the code is consultation with the existing commissioners. And it's my understanding that they would like them to continue serving.
I had no discussions.
We just discussed it last month.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And I-
they don't have, I'm sorry, Susan, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say there were 8 applicants total.
Right,
And I know the code has some specifications or suggestions for how the board should be set up. And I agree that Dan and Holly have done tremendous job, but I was looking for some sort of feedback from the commission.
Yeah,
To us, which
Yeah.
didn't happen last meeting,
right.
Right.
and I was wondering if it was happening Monday. This next Monday.
I have no idea.
And
Did you ask
the
your-
board,
did
the
you ask
board
your
appoints
department
those.
head?
I've been on vacation.
We.
The
last
board
time we
appoints
took-
those
yeah.
positions,
Right,
We took a
And-
with their
consultations, doesn't require an approval from them or, a recommendation from them. All it says is consultation, so,
So at your next meeting, in your minutes, just show that you consulted, and if there's a.
I'll do whatever you two guys want to do, that you're on that
Well,
board.
yeah, I just wait till Monday, we'll talk about this, because I think there needs to be a better way to be aware of, what's happening and people who are interested in discussion during these meetings there.
Okay.
Before it comes to us, that's what I figured.
I don't know, you guys are going to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
meetings.
yeah. But it didn't happen this way the last time.
Okay.
And I think it should. You know, all the applicants were there, they were interviewed, and then we took a vote there.
You didn't take a vote there. You're just,
The
you're there to
board.
observe.
The board.
The board.
Yeah. Right. When these two people were on the board,
Yeah, yeah.
so. I
And
don't know-
nothing's
I don't
happened
know if they,
at that board
I
yet.
don't know if they abstained from the voting, but they're both on the board.
Well, it's-
Yeah, they're missing something.
It's not time sensitive. They still continue to serve in their
Right.
capacity until we either replace
Can we
them or
wait? Can we
reappoint.
put it off till Tuesday,
So
next
I don't see any
Tuesday?
reason why we
Let's have
can't.
their,
I just asked the question, so
that'd
I'll
be
do.
fine.
So are you withdrawing your motion and?
Surely.
Just a second.
Thank you.
And then,
No.
she needs to
Withdraw
get,
my
she needs to get, expiration terms.
Okay,
So you guys, after Monday, can get it to Jeanette as soon as possible. We'll move that forward. Their service. Okay. Discussion and or decision on appointment to the Civil Service Commission.
We all received, an email from Mary Elledge of the two people that applied for this position. I would like to ask Mary to set up an interview. We can put a couple people on the team and interview these two and pick them. And I'm fine with whoever wants to do it.
Yeah,
I think
was there any kind of qualifications that we had to have as far as the people? Doesn't the county attorney or sheriff appoint somebody and,
seems like there's three of them, isn't there?
yeah, there's three of them.
Yeah, they do.
So we just need to have one.
Yep,
Okay,
one out of those two.
so,
You select your board members to serve on that, Scott.
okay, well, why don't we,
Or you can bring them in front of the whole board. I don't really care which
Well,
one, but it's,
yeah, I mean, maybe we have Mary send us the apps, cause I don't see them in here.
yeah, she sent them on,
They're not in the package.
she sent them on September 12th.
Okay, we just need one, right? So.
Yeah.
We'll just try to get them and see when they can come in, I guess. And then they may never meet,
That's exactly right. They may never, ever meet.
so the people,
So I'll make a motion to put Brian and Jeff on that interview team.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
no, we'll see if they can come in and just introduce themselves and,
Okay,
Then let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Sorry, his motion has died for lack of a second, so.
okay. David Bear, our Chief Information Officer, Information Technology Discussion and or decision to promote Anthony McCartney to IT Supervisor Security Officer position.
Good morning.
David?
Morning, David.
Hi, David.
So Yeah, Anthony McCartney's been with the county for a while in his role. He's, as IT supervisor, he's been in that role for a while as well. And this is essentially the second level position within his track, if you want to call it that. In all of our roles in our office, we have tracks: help desk, network, cybersecurity, software analyst, IT office, um, staff. And so this is essentially the second level of that track. The main thing that it adds is this information security officer title. And he's been doing a lot of this work already, so I think we're honestly probably a year or two behind on this. But so yeah, he's been involved in the policies that we have, the acceptable use policy. He's been involved in the end user security policy. He's gotten our security onion software selected, installed, and in use. He's involved. Andrew Dewey, our cybersecurity analyst, reports to him. So he's got cybersecurity tasks all over what he does, and he's been doing this role for, I would say, a while. So this is essentially a request to go ahead and promote him to that spot. I'm asking for a 5% increase in his pay for that role. So let me know what questions you have.
That's what our policy states, right, David?
All the promotion policy is a 5% or a greater
Okay.
bump.
You're gonna move him, I think I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, I sent a new,
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Is that your recommendation, David?
yes.
I'll move that for you.
Second.
Good. Second, further discussion. Would you, in your spare time, send me an updated org chart?
Absolutely. There might be one in the packet, but if there's not, I can certainly send it to you.
It needs to be updated with the title.
Yep, of course, sure.
Good, absolutely.
David, I just real quick, I also have a question. I always take a look at, what's being sent to me as far as, payments and so forth. And I just make a mental note, every time I look at these reports, the cost of software maintenance.
It's ridiculous.
Yes,
Yes.
I mean, are you within the budget? I mean, it's like tens of thousands of dollars many times. And I just make a mental note of that.
Our Tyler software is $125,000 a year. Our Central Square software, which is our public safety software, is $150,000 a year.
Add that
Our
together.
our Microsoft 365 software is, I think, $12,000 a month. I mean, this is not.
That's good, David.
I'm making Tim sweated. I'm sorry. I'm only stating the obvious. It is expensive. And
I
it's
shake
the
my
ne-
head. I just shake.
And we've moved from, so the vendors have moved from, it used to be you would pay an annual fee to use the software and you would get updates and customer support. They have moved to what you call a subscription model, many of them, meaning you pay per seat or per user per month, which is way more expensive. But they've all moved to this. For example, Microsoft 365, it's X number of dollars per user per month, seemingly forever. We get a lot of good software and there's a lot of valuable tools, but I guess I'm echoing what you're saying. It is expensive. I don't know any other way.
You'll be able to make this work in your budget too, right?
Yeah, yes, this is fine, yeah.
And our, software costs would be substantially less than some of these other communities that are of a much greater size. We went to a data center in Hennepin County, Minnesota, which probably spends more in that data center than we do for our
I'm sure, yeah, they have,
IT
yeah,
budget.
I think your team does an excellent job on security.
thank you.
I just hate that we have to have.
I agree. There's,
They're probing us every day.
cybersecurity is a road or a speed bump that we have to put in place to keep the bad guys out, but it does cause friction for our users.
Well.
Like having to use your phone to log in, right? That's a speed bump, but it is extremely effective in what it
They're
does.
doing it, they're not, they're gotten so good with those people that presented. They were all from, well, I shouldn't say all, the majority of them from Deloitte too. These AIs are doing it, people aren't doing it.
Oh, really?
They get, I don't know what the average, but it was a huge number that are shooting at you all the time.
Yeah.
We learned a few things, and I think David's gonna bring some things forward for the county in the near future on the policy side, so.
For sure.
Okay,
Call for vote.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion passes.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate your team keeping us safe.
Hey, just send that chart to Janelle when you get done with
I
it.
will do that. I'll have it in next 15
I'll
minutes.
circle back with you and Jamie here one of these days.
Thank you.
Yep. Discussion and or decision to approve Human Resource Director Employment Agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
When is she starting?
November 6th, right?
November 6th.
I mean, excuse me, October 6th.
That's better.
Yeah. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Okay, updates on members of the committee working for the past week. Jeff?
I was at the PACE board meeting, not too long ago. PACE always has a challenge, every year it seems like, whether they're gonna be in the black or not. It appears that they're gonna be in the black this year, but some of their, there's weddings at the PACE Center, are down, but their, tourist attendance is up, so, things work out, but it's always in the black. We'll see what happens. Still a little bit to go yet this year.
Couple weeks ago, because I was gone last week. I did your state of the county.
Thank you.
Thanks for the heads up. 20 minutes before. And then met with the lieutenant governor. And then White had that event out in Carson, which was really a neat deal. And then just got back Sunday, so here I am.
Yeah. Susan?
I had policy committee last week. I attended the Community Foundation for Western Iowa Women's Impact Fund event that they had Thursday at the Mid-America Center. And I attended the SWPCO annual meeting and 50th anniversary celebration in Atlantic, and that was a really great event. There was a lot of hardware presented, and Mary Ann and Charlie made the drive out, and I just thought it was a really good event with a lot to celebrate.
A lot of turnout.
Mhm.
Good.
I was at the Iowa Digital Summit. They had a really, really good, turnout, I thought, and, they had this, Shawnee Delaney, she's a CEO and a former spy, and she was one of the ones that infiltrated, Osama bin Laden, so if you ever get a chance to listen to her, speak, you'll probably enjoy that.
Where was this at, Scott?
In Des Moines. Iowa Digital Summit last Thursday. MAPPA, I went to the Council Bluffs meet and greet for the mayors and the candidates. Went to EMA's, open house, I would call it. And then, I had a Thriving Family Alliance meeting. That was, about it, and about 7 soccer matches.
Busy week.
Yeah,
Scott, who's on our policy committee? Susan, you know?
that's, Susan and you, I think, it's right there.
No, with the new shorter version, there's 6 of us.
We never proved any change in that, I don't think.
Then it's you and me.
No, I don't think so.
You're right. It's Tim.
I wasn't notified of the committee meeting.
Well, we need to have that discussion, I think, when, probably next week, Jasmine gets here.
Okay.
When
Okay,
was the last meeting?
when was it?
This last third Wednesday.
Who was there?
Jamie was the chair, and Kristen, Anthony,
Anthony. Pardon?
yes, and Heather, treasurer,
Alicia. Alicia.
Alicia, there we go. We're working with a smaller group, just 6 of us.
There's no HR involvement in it?
Not at this point, but there will be as soon as we get the director here.
Yeah, let's have that discussion next week, Scott.
Yeah. Okay, public comment. Public comment?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, we have 2, Mary Stanley and Tim Healy.
Yeah. We want to get that. Mary?
Hey, Mary. Mary Stanley, 23996 Dogwood Road, Council Bluffs. I'm curious to see if the county will be correcting all the inferior statutes that you've allowed Matt Wyatt to enforce on law-abiding citizens. Tanner Wood Downing explained if any person who does not stand up to these unconstitutional statutes are just as guilty. That fits Potawatomi County in every way. The sheriff is breaking his oath when he does not stand up for us. He has no excuses. I handed out books explaining the Brady Bill. I don't think he knows or understands the power he has to protect us. The county attorney is breaking the law for failure to disclose. That is fraud because it was intentional. There is no statute of limitations on fraud. That includes all the assistant county attorneys and the judges, especially Judge Stinson. He admitted that, yes, the state law 335.35 does apply to a certain case, and then he failed to enforce it. The Board of Supervisors supports Matt Wyatt and all the fake laws that he comes up with. So every one of you are breaking your oath. This is nothing new. In 2018, the Board of Supervisors, or maybe it was before that, did nothing to correct Matt about all the false lies, rules, and about septic tanks. Scott, Tim, you guys were on the board along with Tom Hannafin, Justin Schultz. All 4 of you had Matt's back and allowed all the lies along with Judge Stinson. The only one that had any common sense was Marilyn Drake, but Tom shut her up fast. Kay Mocha left in 2015. In 2018, I was picketing against Matt and Maria. The signs all said Matt runs Pot County. How can anyone say different? The planning and development, the zoning, the Board of Adjustment, the Board of Appeals, the Health Board, the Animal Control, and also the head of the Board of Supervisors, because none of you will reprimand him. It does not matter who started the overlay of the zoning, R1, R2, R3, but needs to be removed. It is unconstitutional and it fits right into the Agenda 21 plan. Take over your land, education, and population. Remember, Tim, when I addressed the
One more
board
minute, Mary.
about,
One more minute.
about the board, Agenda 21, you said that the board discussed it last week. I said, you discussed it last week? And you said, well, what is it? And then our Grateful Dead county attorney said to sit down. I was off subject or I would have you have a deputy remove you. Yes, this county needs to be investigated. You guys do your job.
Thank you. Okay, who's up next? Bill? Morning.
in Keeling, 18489 Honeysuckle Road. It's been a year now since our road went in, and issues have not been addressed or taken care of per code 311. These issues were supposed to be done before the road was put in. They knew about it before the road division did it. We've given them a year to get this taken care of, and they haven't done it. The first thing is we're paying for a 24-foot roadway, and there's a couple of issues along there. The road is actually only 20 feet wide or less. So I'm paying for 24 feet, but we didn't get that. The next thing is we got a drainage issue. All the water, if you're familiar with my driveway, runs down this very steep hill into my driveway and is cut a foot wide and deep rut across my driveway. I can fix that, but the problem is the water continues to run down the hill and into my driveway. There are 7 other driveways on our road that have this same issue, but not to the extent of mine. The other thing they were supposed to take care of was they were supposed to remove all trees and tree debris to prevent the water from being backed up in the ditch. There is currently trees growing in the ditch, tree limbs in the ditch. They haven't taken care of any of this. There are some other holes and signs that are covered. They've been reported 2 or 3 times by myself to the roads department. I get no response back. I just feel that we're being unheard or they're unwilling to take care of these issues. I don't like coming in here and addressing you guys more because they should be able to take care of this with just me contacting them, but they have failed to do so. But again, these were all things that were supposed to be taken care of before the road went in. They told me at the time that John was gonna take care of it. I realized they have some personnel issues there. So I don't know if that's changed or they even gave it to anybody else to take care of. But those are my concerns.
Okay. Are you on the right-hand side going up?
South side, yeah.
Yes, I'm on the
Okay.
south side of the road as you're going up the hill.
Okay.
But there are other driveways with my same issue, but they don't have I don't think they have as much water coming in across their driveways as I do.
You're on the, would that be
I'm on the south side of the road, the very
Before you
first
get-
place on the right is
before you
go up
get
the
to
hill.
the high spot?
Pardon?
Before you get to the high spot of the road?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So all that from that high spot coming
Yeah,
west drains
okay.
down and into my driveway.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Tim,
Thank you.
Is there a tube under your drive?
Yes, there is.
Is that plugged?
No, it is not. But the problem is there's, when
The
we,
road's not draining right.
well, before they seal coated the road, we told them that it wasn't wide enough. And so they pushed a bunch of loose material out to the edges and took most of the crown out of the road. Well, the side of the road is high enough that the water's running on the roadway instead of into the ditch like it's supposed to.
Well, we have a really good, management team on the road with Craig Jensen and Tom Schneckloff out there, so I think we'll make note of that and make sure that message gets to them and people can't take care of something like that.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Ken.
Okay. Now, we need to have a closed session.
I'll make a motion, Scott, to go into closed session pursuant to Iowa Code 21.5, parent 1, parent C, for discussion, decision on potential litigation,
Pending potential.
pending or potential.
So we got.
Roll call?
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen,
Aye.
Supervisor Shea.
Yeah.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Whitney.
Aye.